In today's video, guys, we are going to be discussing 5 things that we've learnt from Arsenal against Leicester. I almost said Leeds. Leicester yesterday in our 4-2 win. Please ignore the mess. I've been unpacking a lot of stuff for my racing rig. Shout out Fanatec who hooked me up. You've seen the F1 video on Friday. Absolutely in love with that racing rig. But anyway, we're talking Arsenal today, and I've picked out 5 things that I think we discovered, but maybe not even just discovered. We've been seeing it, but now it's just starting to really show. And I'm very excited about this video because some of the things that I'm talking about really excite me about the team, excite me about the season. We're 2 games in already, 2 fantastic wins, 2 results that we desperately needed after starting last season so poorly. And yeah, I'm very happy. I'm a very happy Arsenal fan. And it means a lot because the last, 15 years, pretty much, it has been up and down. And it just feels like right now we're in such good shape. I almost want to say this is the best the team has looked since, at least 2007, 8, something like that. Maybe 2008, 9. We've got some cracking players, guys. And one of them is going to be my first point. And that is, of course, Jesus. What a performance yesterday. 2 goals, 2 assists. He was involved in every single Arsenal goal. Just absolutely fantastic play because it's not just goal scoring, is it, with Jesus? He's a team player. I love his work ethic. I love the fact that he is so ferocious. He's got that Brazilian flair. But what have we learnt? There is a stat. There's a stat going around right now, and I'm going to read it directly. So yesterday, Jesus scored as many non-penalty goals as Lacazette did in the entire season last year. My mind was blown in one first half of football. This wasn't even the entire 90-minute game. He scored more non-penalty goals than Lacazette did in an entire season. And that just screams how badly we needed to bring someone in. How badly we needed a new number 9. And I don't want to throw shade at Lacazette because I loved the guy. I don't actually think he evolved into the elite goal scorer we actually wanted to sign. He was more of a team player in the end. He was definitely dropping deep and finding teammates. And that's fine. But we needed a goal scorer. And as soon as Aubameyang started to dip in form, and when he eventually left, it was so clear that, we were spreading our goals around the team. We didn't have that elite finisher. We went for Vlahovic. Of course, he ended up going to Juventus, and it was never going to happen. Who knows who else we were targeting? I know Tammy Abraham's name was thrown around, but do you know what? Even if it meant we didn't quite get top 4 last season, if it meant that we could get Jesus this summer for such a cut price as well, 40 to 45 million pounds is a joke. It is a steal. The fact that we got him now, I'm almost willing to, agree that we've delayed the process by a little bit, but to get the right striker, he fits Arsenal, and that is exactly what we've learned since he's joined. He is an Arsenal number 9. He's perfect. I actually can't think of anyone I'd rather have right now that aren't, the elite top 5 in the world. I'd love to throw in a Benzema, obviously, but come on. Unbelievable from Jesus. But now we're going to go into midfield because a certain player that I think unnecessarily, including from myself, gets a lot of hate. You guys know who I'm about to talk about. That is, of course, Granit Xhaka. What have we learnt in yesterday's game? He's actually better as a number 8. Basically, don't play him as a DM, and let him have the freedom to roam forward on the pitch, and you will see a different Granit Xhaka. We saw against Leicester, he was actually, at times, the furthest forward central midfielder. Out of Ødegaard, Partey and Xhaka, he was the one breaking forward. And I remember, and I saw this on Twitter as well, when we signed him, Arsene Wenger said that he reckons Xhaka could be the perfect box-to-box midfielder, getting forward because he's got an engine. He's got such a powerful strike, the long passing ability, he's a leader. But he's always ended up being kind of a deep-lying playmaker, a number 6, really. So with Partey shifting in, with Zinchenko coming in as well and providing that solid left centre mid position, he's always moving in between. It's just allowed Xhaka to drift forward. And I tell you what, guys, it has unlocked a new beast. Now, I'm a big fan of Granit Xhaka's footballing ability, but do you know what I hate the most about the guy? He is a liability when we are defending, when we're getting hit on the transition, on a break, against a team like Leicester with Vardy and such pace. Having Xhaka as your number 6 is a huge risk, and we've seen it over the years. That's why he picks up the red cards. That's why we look so dodgy in midfield. He can't do that role on his own. So to push him into a number 8 role, to have Ødegaard fill in the gap on the other side, but most importantly, Partey and Zinchenko, they allow the freedom for Xhaka to play as an 8, and he looked like a completely different player. Basically, a cam. He was basically getting forward on the attack more than he was defending, and that, I think, is what we're now going to see with Granit Xhaka. With this new system, he will drift in and be a number 8. And if that works, it's a win-win, because we don't have that liability. He's a limited player when it comes to playing as a defensive midfielder. He's not quick enough. So don't play him there. It's that simple, right? I mean, I want to talk about Zinchenko as well. This is going to be my third point, guys. Zinchenko is vital to this system. Without Zinchenko at left back, you know, if you put Tierney there, it's not going to enable this Xhaka number 8 system, okay? So with Zinchenko starting for Arsenal, which I think is almost a guarantee now, he has to start. Although Tierney looked good when he came on, I thought. But when Zinchenko's playing, just watch the game back. You'll see, even if you just watch the highlights, just look where Zinchenko is. He's basically where Granit Xhaka normally is. And what that enables is our back 3, which it becomes a back 3. You have Ben White or Tomiyasu tuck in as a right centre-back pretty much. You have Gabriel as the left-back. And then you've got Saliba, who's basically 2 centre-backs in one. He's such a beast. He's in the middle. And that means Granit Xhaka can drift around on that left side, but also push inside and forward. It's tactically a masterpiece. But the problem will be is if teams clock on. If they just man-mark Zinchenko or man-mark Xhaka, he's not going to have the pace to get around players. But Zinchenko is key to this Arsenal side now. You can see why we were linked with Lisandro Martinez. You can see why we eventually got Zinchenko instead. That profile of player that's really comfortable on the ball can be just as good in midfield as he can in defence. He has been a vital piece of the puzzle, and I'm so glad that we brought in Zinchenko. Game changer. And I'm sorry, Tierney, one of my favourite Arsenal players, he is very injury prone. He's just coming back to full fitness. For me, there is no space in the team for him right now. It is what it is. It's football. It's a business. It's a sports team. The best player starts. And with Zinchenko down that left side, or Zinky Winky, or Zinner, don't ever call him Zinky Winky. Really, really bad name. I don't like that at all, but I'm guessing he hates it more. But he enables us to play this system a lot better. And as for the right side, I don't know. Ben White, Tomiyasu, either. Both very, very good options. So what's my fourth point? I just mentioned him, Saliba. And what have we discovered? Well, we already knew he's a good player. So we're not going to talk about his ability as a defender. He's already very clearly our best centre-back. I mean, that's in my opinion, of course. Maybe you'll disagree. He doesn't have the experience yet, but just the raw ability to defend. He's such a unit. But what I want to talk about, what we've discovered, and I mentioned it in Operation Arsenal yesterday, he has an elite mentality. He scored an own goal. It was a great finish, and a lot of players would really, let their heads go down there, struggle for the rest of the game maybe, but he didn't care. It is what it is. Like, defenders will score own goals. Most defenders in their career will score a couple of own goals. It is what it is. At least it wasn't one like, Salisu against Tottenham last weekend. What we saw with Saliba, though, is a player that is perfectly okay with making a mistake and just recovering from that mistake, showing what he's got. His mentality is incredible. And the craziest thing, guys, he's 21. He's 8 years younger than me. I don't even feel that old, but that makes me feel old. I'm 29, okay? How is he 21? Oh, it just blows my mind. He's so experienced already as a defender. He's only going to get better. The more he plays in the Premier League and gets experience at this level, it's going to be unreal. So Saliba, with that mentality, undroppable, has to play. If White wants to go back in as, you know, one of the centre-backs, he's going to have to displace Gabriel. Good luck with that one. The balance we get with Saliba and Gabriel, unfortunately, it means our brand new signing from last year, £50 million Ben White, is going to have to play on that right side. But do you know what? It works. Maybe it's Tomiyasu that doesn't get back into the lineup. But anyway, we're going to move on to the final point, the fifth thing that we have learnt from yesterday's game against Leicester. Martinelli. It is Martinelli's season. It was Saka's season for the last few years. But do you know what? I'm going to make a bold claim. Martinelli is going to get more goals and assists than Saka this season. Maybe. It's difficult. It's very difficult to call because, you know, Saka's been doing it for a bit longer. We all know the quality he's got. But do you know what? I feel like there's so much more pressure on Saka. If he goes 15 games without scoring or without assisting, people are going to be really on him. I feel like Martinelli can kind of get away with that a little bit more. But with the new Brazilian influence in this team, I feel like he's more confident than ever. And he will score and assist many, many times this season. He's already got 2 goals. I don't know how many assists he's got. But honestly, he looks the real deal. And, you know, having watched the All or Nothing Arsenal documentary on Netflix, on Prime Video, they think Martinelli's just a gem. He's an absolute gem. Not only is he a great footballer with huge potential, but he's a really nice man. He's a man now. He's not a teenager anymore. Just an unbelievable talent. And do you know what? You can see it on the pitch that he's maturing. He's becoming a Brazilian left winger. He should really be called Martinellinho. That would carry a lot of weight. Honestly, though, guys, I think I'm going to back what I just said. I reckon Martinelli will finish this season with more numbers than Saka. And that's saying a lot because Saka is arguably our most valuable player. He's been such a good player for us. And I'm not saying that Saka's going to have a bad season. I just think both of them are going to elevate each other. And with Jesus down the middle, Ødegaard behind, unreal. I'm so excited, guys. I am so excited for this squad. Let's just hope we don't drop points against Bournemouth and, you know, reset everything. We need to get on a run here. And we've got very winnable games coming up. So can't wait for Operation Arsenal next weekend and maybe another one of these videos, things we've learnt. I really enjoy just talking about Arsenal, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, these are probably my favourite videos at the moment. But thank you for watching, guys. What a weekend of football. Tomorrow, the virtual football is back. The MGH United career mode is returning, so make sure you're ready for that. And, oh man, what a fantastic squad we've got. I'm so happy.